I'm here at the next web conference with Sanj Matharu, is that right? Yeah, from Vodafone. And you're a principal manager developer marketing. What are you doing in your daily business?
Daily business. So I've been at Vodafone for about 2 years now, I think, and I look after Vodafone Developer. So you go to developer.vodafone.com, you'll see everything we do there. We do a number of different things, mainly sort of focusing on app development at the moment. That's the main focus that we have. There's obviously something called mobile clicks, which I'll talk about very shortly. And then we also encourage the ecosystem to work with certain other things like our open source, our beta tools, that kind of thing, to really build a community and an ecosystem around what we do using the latest technology.
And why is Vodafone doing this? And why are you pushing developers to develop?
Very good question. It depends what we're after, right? So we're after apps, for example. From an apps perspective, developers are always looking for opportunities to monetize. We feel that we've got a really strong proposition. We can help developers get visibility on their apps, we can help promote them, and they can touch into markets where normally they may have struggled with before. Vodafone's got a huge footprint across Europe and in places like India. And there's certainly an opportunity for developers to actually reach out to those people and get people buying applications without having to worry about a credit card, so it's all just using the billing relationships that we have with our customers.
Is your aim to increase the use of internet through mobile?
Ultimately, we're finding, regardless of whether or not, you know, we're there to drive obviously usage of internet, but it's become so pervasive now that people are using it more and more regardless, and I think you'll find that there's going to be a continual, almost like a hockey stick growth with data and usage anyway, but we're just there to promote and support that.
And what is the results so far for your program, your mobile clicks program?
Mobile clicks. Well, it first started in the Netherlands in 2008, and it was just the Netherlands, and there was a pot of money, €100,000, and there were 3 winners from there. 2009, it was Netherlands and the UK. 2010, it was Netherlands, UK. Portugal, Spain, which is when I first became involved because I'm from Vodafone Group, the global arm. And then this year we're doing the same 4 plus Germany, plus Ireland and plus Turkey with a bigger sum of money of €225,000. So it is becoming quite significant now. We're getting bigger and bigger every year.
And what kind of apps are sort of now in daily use of people that come through the mobile clicks?
It's an interesting point actually, because if you go back to 2009, we had Leia, who I think you guys are all familiar with. That was initially funded a lot by the Clicks promotion, and it gave them some really good exposure. 2010 we had the overall winner, which was Card Mobili, which actually came from Portugal. They've managed to expand their reach into France and Spain now. And the runner-up was a company from the UK and an application called Roulette Cricket. They have 150,000 users now. They are tied up with Vodafone in South Africa and Vodafone in Australia. So the distribution opportunities are there as well, and it's getting bigger and bigger and more popular.
And is there a stake for Vodafone in the companies that win, or is it just prize money?
No, it's just prize money at the moment, but aside from that, we also give feedback to everyone who enters as well, where we think they could improve, what they need to do, whether it be more about the management structure, whether it be more about the product, where it can expand to, what markets, have they considered localization. And it's not only about apps. I mean, we are talking about other services that run in the background. It could be security applications, it could be monetization services, it could be a whole bunch of things that we can actually look at supporting now. So as well as the money, you get the guidance as well, and of course some exposure.
Okay, what do you see as the future for your program?
Future of the program? Good question. I get asked this all the time. Well, Clicks is certainly a core part of what we're trying to do in terms of supporting startups and the ecosystem around that. The program itself, we have obviously the App Store and so on. There are a lot of other monetization opportunities we're looking at. We are looking at also harnessing the power of the network where we can as well, to give developers an opportunity to tie in with that. So I think there's a multitude of technologies that a lot of people don't know about that Vodafone actually has. A lot of R&D guys, really smart people working on these things. We want to be able to expose that and push it out. If anything, I see the biggest shift in the market nowadays being this whole, it's almost like a fire hose of data that's out there. Everyone can get hold of the data. I don't think anyone's actually gone out of their way to actually filter that data, really utilize it, much in the same way that the guys at other big analyst houses do. So I think there's an entire ecosystem just waiting to be created at the moment. It's just a matter of who's going to get in there.
Because most of the data is known by the networks, right? So.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, there is a lot of that we have a direct relationship with the customers. We won't obviously expose everything that's out there. We have an obligation to our customers and security and everything else to go with it. But there's certainly other parts around sort of things you can identify as being what are the habits for people when they use their phone, or typical times when people download applications and so on. So, you know, things like that are quite useful for developers to actually tap into and understand how to really market their applications. So that's something we really want to support.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much.